We live?
Yes.
Freaking works, baby. Excited about this one. Breaking news. Drum roll. We have hardwired internet that actually works. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in 7 years, we have not had this ability. And here we are. We have it.
Yeah.
Give me in comments. In comments, put number 1 if you like, or put a number 2 if you don't like Carla's new haircut. Okay.
Oh, God.
1s if you like, and 2s if you don't like.
Why are you asking?
Fair enough. Why not?
It's what I like. It's not what anybody likes.
Yeah. 1s if you like.
Right now it got a little wet, but yeah, it's a little shorter and it's fun though. It's shorter in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since I've known Carla, she has had hair down to maybe her waistline or close enough, halfway down your back for sure.
I wanted to get rid of that awful color. I stuck that blonde color, which I'll never do again. I'm a brunette. I went blonde because you asked me to, and
I don't even like blonde girls.
You asked me to do it
just to see what it would look like,
and I hated it. And then I did purple, and I loved it, but it's so hard. I'm not a high maintenance person. I'm a simple person. I figured this is simple. We play tennis. It's the summer. My hair will grow fast. I wanted like a bob cut. I got it, and that's it.
All right. He's got.
And I have an excuse to put my hair down because before I was always messing with it, so now I can leave my hair down.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. All right, everyone. Hello and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Again, sorry if these shows are spur of the moment. I know during majors we have a bunch of people in the chat, and most other people will watch it at various times. So we will do our cash giveaway today, or our cash giveaway question based upon something that will go down tomorrow. So make sure if you're watching this later to stay tuned, because there's going to be another $50 cash giveaway. And I'll talk about that in just a moment. All right, let's go. 5K tennis.
Justin, no. Why would he cut my hair?
Who?
Who cuts your hair?
Dang. Does that mean Mike thinks your haircut, your stylist did a bad job?
I don't know.
Because if I'm cutting your hair, it's jacked up. I can cut a fade though with clippers.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a time in my life where actually I made like 13 cents an hour cutting hair with clippers.
Oh my God.
What?
Shut up.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. On the last show, we had 3 winners. 3 winners. Okay. And we paid them all. So B-Dog02, we paid $20. He guessed my favorite shoes. Antek Kaminsky, he's in Poland, by the way. Small world. Let's go. I think Poland now is in the midst of an abundance of refugees coming into their country because of the Ukraine conflict. By the way, speaking of the Ukraine conflict, Russian invasion, whatever you want to call it, there's always 2 sides to every story. This is something I have to ask. Okay. We hear about people making peace talks, right? So we've heard that Vladimir Putin wants to have direct conversation with Zelensky and peace talks, right? My question is this, though, Carla. Think about this. How would you be able to sit down and amicably have a conversation with someone when people are getting killed in the streets? Like, so what I'm saying is, how do you have a peace talk in the midst of what has been going down? I wouldn't even sit down with the guy. I'd be like, if I see you, I'm going to like hit you with that tonneau cover that goes to my Subaru. Right. I would have. How do you shake hands at the net and meet someone face to face when your country just is crumbling?
You don't.
Right?
I don't know. I guess you bullshit through it.
Yeah, I mean, what do you? Look. I would just set the meeting up as to pretend like I'm cordial, and then when I got in front of him, I'd be like, "Wow!" Smack him in the face, and then just move on.
It's hard, but that's part of their job, right?
Why do I bring this up?
But it's like but you got a regular job. Let's say you got a job and you got a boss and you hate him, or maybe you 2 guys are in a high position. You both are executives at a place, and you hate each other, or somebody did something shisty, and you still have to. At the end of the day, in a meeting room, you still have to talk. You still have to figure things out. I guess I don't know.
I couldn't do it. That's why I guess leaders are leaders, because look, if I was Zelensky, or even if the roles were flipped, because again, there's two sides to every story. It just depends on which side of the propaganda you're on. But dude, there is no way I would be able to shake hands and work out a peace deal when you just like blew up my hood. Hell no. Anyway, that's why I'm not a leader. All right. Why did I even bring that up?
That's cool. Better doing that. Thanks for the Twitter.
Gene Swart, what's up?
He sent me on Twitter saying that Federer is going to provide assistance for the Ukrainian children, $6 million. Hey, he's got the money.
Good for him.
He's got that and more.
And you get a good tax write-off for that type of donation. So he probably breaks even. Okay, so Antek Kamiński in Poland won $25. We sent him that. And Jack Nolte wins. He's won a couple things on our channel. So Jack Nolte won as well. So we split the $50 up between Jack Nolte and Antek Kamiński, and it's already both been sent out as well as B-Dog. So everybody is paid. But why did I bring up the Ukrainian conflict and peace talks? Tennis is like a battle, right? Two people battle it out, or four if it's doubles, battle it out, grinding it out, and people get pissed and break rackets. And we'll get into this in a minute with Kyrgios and Nadal, and then fast forward into the Alcaraz Nadal preview.
Okay.
However, when we're on a tennis court, we are simulating a duel, a fight to the death, except we're not going 10 paces and turning around anymore, right? People started to cheat on those 10 paces and only one person would win. And that was why the duel stopped. Hey, boy, get back to back with me and let's go 10 paces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Someone would end up turning around on 4 and just shooting the guy in the back, right? So they had to stop the dueling. So here comes tennis, right? Hypothetically. What happens after the battle on the tennis court? We shake hands at the net, right? Sometimes it's difficult to do so. It is, okay? Sometimes it's difficult. We're upset. And ultimately the battle ends, and the sportsmen or sportswomen or the sportsmen, I guess, would be neutral here. The sportsman must learn how to lose with poise, lose with grace, learn how to lose as a champion, learn how to lose as just a decent human being with some type of morals for the people watching, right?
Yeah.
Let's start it off with this. Nick Kyrgios throws his racket yesterday post-match after losing to the greatest of all time. And look, I love Joker, right? You know that. However, I like Federer too, and I like Nadal as well in that order, right? So when he throws the racket yesterday, he chunks it. So he goes and shakes Rafa's hand at the net. He shakes hands, okay? Walks up to the umpire, and if you're watching that transition from the umpire to the chair, Nick Kyrgios even had the gentlemanship, believe it or not, to, in other words, open the door for Nadal. He said, go ahead, you can shake hands first, right? And then Nadal was like, no, after you. And then they shook hands at the net. So a good display of sportsmanship from the handshake to the umpire.
Right.
Okay. They were both opening the door for one another. No, you go first. No, you go first. Okay. And good. And then wham, throw racket, and it flies on the ground like this, end over end, and then kicks up and then bounces near a ball boy. And he has to juke it like Matrix style. He has to go like
he did better than the lady at the US
the US Open. Now
he has skills. We got to give this ball boy credit.
We got to give him some skills
because he had a fast racket coming at him with much more speed than the tennis ball, and he ducked that.
He ducked that
like,
shit.
He has skills. He went
skirt. Woo, woo, woo. But hey, I tell you what, but who didn't duck that shit was the lady with the throat hack at the US Open, and the ball came from a more distance and slower.
Let me tell you something. This is what they should do for any lines judge, ball boy, ball girl that is applying for this job. Let's grab some videos of all these occasions, like the ball, the racket throw, anybody who like ducks an ace,
Or you have a tryout.
You know how you do a class for your permit or whatever. If you get a ticket, if you get a ticket and they send you to that class, so your ticket is less.
No, what's that called? Driver's school.
Right. I had to. No, it's not driver's school. No,
school.
You just take a course. It's a course that you have to take, and your ticket will be less. I had to do it.
Yes,
and
it's cool. Like it's called driving school.
So you know how you sit there and you watch the video and everything? Well, they should make these guys, before they get the job, they got to watch this video, and then they got to pass.
Good
so
point.
They watch the video, they all sit down in class, and after that, there's a test.
That's a great idea.
And so they throw rackets. They throw tennis balls by surprise. They don't tell them. They have someone like this, and then they just go or
Yeah.
they throw, and that way they can practice.
They
their
can
skills.
practice that.
So they're ready, because we got to give this little boy something
now
for ducking that.
On the flip side of that, on the other side of that, if the ball boy's parents, like if all the ball boy and ball girls parents would like tell them, if this situation ever happens, we're gonna get you, just throw yourself on the floor. So the ball boy should have, if he was kind of a shiesty dude, he should have just like walked into the racket and then fell on the ground, and then he would have been retired. So
do the dead fish thing.
you throw it hat, fall on the ground. Okay, so anyway, Nick Kyrgios does go to the umpire, does shake the hands of Nadal. Now here's where I'm going with this.
Reflex training.
Here's where I'm going. Here's where I'm going with this. Right, Kyrgios is all an act, but his act almost cost him. Right, look. Kyrgios is not in this situation. He's not generally pissed off. He's doing it to get clickbait. He's doing it to get likes. He's doing it to people give dislikes. Remember this old tale in macro or microeconomics. Any publicity is good publicity. Okay, if you're in sales, it's just economics 101, okay, or business 101, right? So he has the gentility to go to the net and shake Nadal's hand and say, yeah, go ahead. So in other words, he's not furious because he wouldn't have done that. Right. So then he goes and shakes the umpire's hand, then smacks his racket for the clickbait and throws it down. Throws it. Yep. And then because of his unplanned racket angle, when it hits the court and flies up and hits almost hits the ball boy, now he finds himself with even more negative publicity. But remember, Nick Kyrgios gets off on any type of publicity. So how did you quell this type of old theatrical performance that he has done now for what? How long has he been playing? 8-9 years or longer? We've been talking about this guy and his tirades for how long? I don't want to exaggerate. 4, 5, 6, 7 years? Shit, I forget.
I don't know. I say you keep finding the guy every time he does something stupid.
Just suspend him. Just suspend him.
Fine him.
Suspend him. Forget the fine.
No, fine him.
Forget
Get
the
under
fine.
his skin.
No, you're missing it. You're missing it. I don't dislike the guy, but I'm saying if you want to handle the problem, if you want to handle it and stop covering it. But see, the media understandably likes to cover this type of thing. It makes people watch it. Heck, you told me about him throwing the racket and almost hitting a ball boy. And what did we spend 5 minutes trying to find? That damn video. So it works, right? It works, correct?
It works, yeah.
So how do you quell that? You suspend him. Forget the fine. You can keep all your money that you're going to get. He's going to get more money if he breaks the racket. He's going to get more money if he hits the ball boy.
I did see the press conference. I thought it was funny. He's like, great question. That was everything you got out of that match. Great question.
Yeah,
it's a question.
It's an act. It's a big time act. And if the not the USTA, but if the ITF, whatever, ATP, WTA, if they want to dwell things like habitual or career John McEnroe type people, right? You have to suspend them. And then it doesn't matter about the money because they get paid more when they act this way. They get more likes. They get more views. Anyway, you got to suspend them. But here's the laughable part of it. You can't suspend them. Why? Because when Nick Kyrgios plays, he gets more views than Nadal playing Cam Norrie. Like if Nick Kyrgios is playing Bernard Tomic, holy shit, the whole world's watching because they're both from Australia. They both have done pornos or whatever they do. And now they're playing. It's going to be a dramatic, theatrical performance of idiots. But if Cam Norrie plays Nadal, even if it's a final, what are you watching? If you're the main consumer of tennis, Carla, are you going to watch? If you're just a mainstream tennis fan, do you think on the highlight reel the next morning you're going to see on ESPN highlights of Nadal and Norrie? Or are you going to see highlights of a match of like Kyrgios playing Tomic and they're both breaking rackets and screaming?
Of course, that stuff makes more sound.
Sells
right?
more.
So like I was listening to one of our students who's a senior. She was going to be on the radio, but they put her tennis coach and they asked them, on that radio show where they do the sports here.
105.5. Great show.
Yeah. So I was listening about her being a captain. The first question that they asked her is, what do you think of Nick Kyrgios throwing his racket?
They asked Anne-Marie that?
No, they asked her tennis coach. Anne-Marie didn't do that because I guess they don't allow the kids to do the interviews.
I wish I would have been asked
But that was the question they asked her.
Good
and she said, well, we don't do that at our school.
That's a good answer.
And then she said, Anne-Marie exemplifies that. We never throw rackets. She never does that. She's very patient. she has good sportsmanship, and that's what our kids. She does that, and the kids follow her. They all do the same thing. But that was the question that probably these guys never watched tennis in their life, heard or saw as clickbait. You see what I mean?
Agree.
That's probably what they saw, and that's the question they came up with. And then they came up with John McEnroe as the next guy.
It's a theatrical act, and that's all it is nothing more. Look at this guy. I mean, is that what sells tickets these days in the game? Because I'll tell you what, if one of my students did this or one of my kids do that, it would be really ugly. Oh, bless you.
Well, let me say,
is this broken racket? Is that broken racket something that a wonderful child somewhere could use? And this is a pro stock racket, customized, weighted, so that's probably about a $700 to $800 racket, not your proverbial mass-produced $200 racket.
So listen, he tells the ball boy on Instagram, right? He says, I quote, "I just want to apologize to the ball kid at the end of the match." He wrote on Instagram, "It was a complete accident. I was frustrated at the end of the match. My racket took a crazy bounce, and it was never my intention. If anyone knows who the ball kid is, send me a message and I will send a racket to him. I'm glad he's okay." The kid answered him and said, "Hi, thanks for reaching out. I'm completely fine. I would love to get a racket, of course. I accept the apology. I'll be back at the courts tomorrow."
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? I mean,
Done. Deal. Done.
So now the spinoff is that this whole dynamic interaction between the ball boy and Kyrgios now is just making him more popular.
Yeah. So he says, "I'll track you down."
Yeah.
He's like, "Perfect. Thank you so much." The kid's so happy now he's getting a tennis racket.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was an accident, but it's a stupid accident. So what was this in 20? I mean, if we just saw Zverev, what he did, right? Djokovic got disqualified from the U.S. Open for an accident. That was an actual accident because he wasn't even looking.
Yeah.
You know,
I do.
And he paid a big price for it. Kyrgios gonna get away with it. No fine, and so no nothing. Kid gets a racket. Everybody's like, everybody's happy. Just like Sishimo did. Everybody's gonna praise him now. He's the man. He's the hero. But yet he threw a racket. He's a terrible example for people watching out there. A sleazeball. And I'm so glad that Nadal kicked his ass, which you could see his pride was hurt when they shook hands. Because he talks so much shit how he can beat Djokovic and he can beat Nadal and blah, 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 and the best. Got your ass kicked. So tiebreaker 0, bro. 0, bro.
Yeah. Not changing the subject, but before the comment disappears, there's a lot of comments. So I like this comment that Stephanie I says, and this has to do with Osaka. And I have thought about this for some reason. Osaka's loss here recently has constantly been on my mind, just because I kind of like her, but I like her game, but I like her too. I hate her off court stuff or whatever she's narrating. It's like Kyrgios. It's like Kyrgios is theatrically performing with meltdowns, and Osaka is theatrically performing with emotional distress. Okay, she says Osaka. Then she puts quotes. So I'm guessing Osaka has said this at some point or said thus. She says, "I realized I'd rather be me." Oh, wait a minute. Let me read this like Osaka. Can I read this like Osaka? All right, here we go. Stephanie I says Osaka, and then quote, "Well, I realized I'd rather be me than anyone else. So anyway, so I'm guessing she said it somewhere like that or somehow like that.
And she said, "No
and then
shit."
She said, yeah. And then so she finishes it up by back out of quotations. She says, "No shit. When you earn 60 million a year, she's out of touch." Yeah. It's well said. That's the same thing. It's the same hypothesis that we were talking about Raducanu. Mm-hmm. We said this right after she won the U.S. Open, and we lost like 70 subscribers overnight when we called Raducanu's U.S. Open win a literal stroke of luck.
Well, Michael Walker, considering that Nadal is older and still hurt, you can tell. And I guess Chichimo says average Nadal. Average Nadal, I agree.
Yeah.
Wildlife even said, let me read his message. Let me read you his message. I guess he watched the match, and this is what he said to me. And I was trying to watch some of the match. I got to watch a few.
Well, Jose P says it perfectly. He says when Kyrgios tries, he plays very well. That's true, but he sells more tickets melting down.
So what Wildlife says, Nadal isn't even playing that well, but the rest of the tour is so damn weak.
Yeah, agreed. It's a great comment. It's you can't say it any better than that.
He's played quite a few 3-setters, and he's still beating.
Agreed.
And Nick Kyrgios is 26.
And did you all,
shouldn't he beat him?
Yeah, and did you notice
shouldn't he beat him?
Yeah, did you notice at the conclusion of the match? If you watched before, this is before Kyrgios smashed the racket. So in other words, match point, he just won it. Nadal didn't even have a reaction to winning the match. He won the point. He hit a forehand up the line, and he just took his bandana off and walked up to the net, right? It didn't even seem like he was that worked up into it. And remember, Nadal right now, I can assure you, isn't playing 100% and cannot because clay court season's up.
Medvedev got beat. Did Medvedev just lose?
Who?
So I think that he would have lost to an average Nadal. Don't you think that Medvedev in this tournament would have lost to an average Nadal?
Being a hard court, that's a good question.
He just lost. He lost his #1 ranking. He was ranked one for a week.
I understand that too. And again,
not Novak. Yes, not Novak. And Carlos Alcaraz.
Yes.
I think he'll beat him.
Yeah,
I think he'll beat him because they have similar games. That doesn't mesh well when you have similar games. Doesn't mesh well.
Well, what is the biggest caveat in that match is that Nadal has just been there, done that. He's got so much experience. And so Nadal could actually play worse than Alcaraz, and Nadal would still win.
Yes.
Just because of the experience.
Alcaraz would have to play amazing to win this match.
Yes. But
amazing.
Now, however,
very, very good.
They're both country men. So maybe conspiracy theory,
so.
maybe he just lets him win.
I don't think so.
And so that way his prodigy can move forward and Nadal can start that rest for the clay court season. Could Carlos Alcaraz win simply because Nadal gives him a gift? He's a little boy, same country, give him a gift.
I don't think so.
Watch out for that. Watch out for the play right there. If you're a betting bookie or a bettor, I'd put not a lot. I'd put a little bit on the odds for Alcaraz. Nadal is surely the favorite. Someone look up the odds and tell me what's Nadal minus 200. If you want to bet if you want to win $100 betting on Nadal, you have to bet 200 on him. So you give the bookie 200, and then if you won, he give you your $200 back plus one. Yeah. So what I'm saying,
I agree with Mike. I think youth should win. He should win.
Yeah.
He's young.
But the experience, the mental aspect of the game, which is mentally, tennis is incredibly mental.
Oh, yeah. It's like my students. Look, they're in better shape than me. I have one student that she is in great shape.
I can't hear it.
Great shape. She can whack the ball probably harder than me. But she can't beat me. Why?
Experience.
I toy around with her. Why? It's called experience. I can do things that I never was able to do when I was her age.
Yes.
I've learned tennis so much. I've done so much of it that I know angles, and they ask, how do you do that?
Yes.
It's called experience.
And
so much that I could even give my students games down love 40 and still beat them.
Yeah.
And not because I'm way better than them. It's called experience.
Yeah. Also, as well, if you have played just a couple of matches at a 7-6 in the third set, tiebreaker type thing, and you've been there once or twice, you could play really good up to that point, but then you kind of tighten up, you don't realize it. But when you've done that so many times, thousands of times throughout your life, and then all of a sudden you're meeting someone that's only done it a couple of times, you're much more even Steven when it comes down to it. You've been there, you've done there. Even if you're down 5-2 in the breaker, you still have a chance. And you just process that and you keep moving forward. All right. Squashing the Kyrgios tirade topic. I just wanted to show you a picture of Kyrgios and a freeze frame of the ball boy ducking Keanu Reeves style from the Matrix tennis racket. Okay. I don't know if I can get it close enough so you can see the ball boy on the right. And he's ducking that tennis racket that almost hit him in the face.
That's skill, man. That is skill.
That's your boy, though.
Look at that's not my boy. That's not my type of boy.
Okay.
No way. I wouldn't give that guy the time of the day. I don't know how these pretty girls sell themselves like this.
It's all about clicks.
No.
It's all about likes.
Hell no.
Okay.
I'd rather be like the other way than go there.
Here's the handshake at the net. Now this was before the racket smash. So if you're able to look someone in the eye and shake their hands, man, you're not fixing to go accidentally pound your racket. This was premeditated. He told himself before this match, if I lose, I'm breaking my racket. He just didn't expect it to jump up and hit the ball boy.
Yeah. If you look at him, he looks very relaxed.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
Good match, bro.
He's like, yeah, Nadal's like, I beat your bitch ass again.
Yeah. So he's thinking about how I can get clickbait. All right. Second topic, and this is going to be really quickly. Do all of you ever wonder why every time you see a tennis advertisement, you see someone with their mouth like this?
Next time we should go like this.
Most things in life, you see, a pretty girl, she has a smile, or a bathing suit on, or a skirt, showing some legs, or whatever you do, and you're like, or biting on it. Not in tennis though. Not in tennis.
It looks like it looks like they're breathing for air.
It looks like there's an elephant above them. No pun intended. It's ridiculous. It seems like every time you see a
they
tennis,
look like two lions. Two little lions.
Like, what the hell is that supposed to be?
I don't know.
So next time you see a bunch of people's thumbnails, and you see a lot on tennis thumbnails, when you see that, just laugh about that, because it's like, you see Zverev, see TM, see Monfils, who's a happy-go-lucky dancing fellow.
So cringe.
Hey, next,
you might throw a banana in their mouth.
Hey, next show, Carla, let's you and I do a thumbnail. Let's do it together.
No thanks.
What the fuck's up with that?
No thanks.
It's ridiculous. Pay that no mind. I see this and I'm like, what the hell? Is this like the best?
Michael Walker, you're using that emoji really well. He's like, Raducanu needs to win a tournament before talking about being back. No, she needs to do really well at a Grand Slam before being back.
You think? She got to do something.
He's like, yeah, especially horrible for women.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got Sabalenka. She's like, oh, don't need to see that. Really.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. You're better off just her going like this, or modeling, going like this or something.
Yeah.
Just saying.
By the way, speaking of Carlos Alcaraz, have you ever picked up on his delayed grunt? Okay.
There's a lot of Spaniards with delayed grunts.
He has a delayed grunt. If you don't know what a delayed grunt is, that's after you have made contact with the ball, you finish your stroke, the ball is on the way across the net, and you get that It sounds like a doe having sex in the woods with a buck. The heck? You're like, damn, what's going on in the woods? Oh no, that's just Alcaraz. Shit, man. Sounds like a female heifer getting mounted. Freaking lamb in the jungle. Leave me alone. Stupid.
Leave me alone. Oh my God.
Right.
Leave me alone.
So you watch Nadal play on one side, you're gonna get and the other side, you're gonna get the ball's coming back, and when it crosses the net, you get but because there's no rhythm to the grunt, one's delayed and one Alcaraz. Think about it. Think about this. Alcaraz's grunt is delayed, and Nadal's is on impact. So it's brief break. Brief break.
Oh my God.
And I'm thinking, turn the volume down. Better yet, just turn the match off. And then we have to deal with Nadal picking his ass at the baseline, digging his wedgie out. So you got ass pick, ass pick, ass pick, water bottle. Freaking out.
Water bottle. It's perfect. Oh man.
No, I'm not facing the screen. I won't play good. I would not play good. I must face this ball forward. It's pointing there. That's where I'm gonna hit my winner.
Oh,
I'm gonna win. I'm gonna hit my winner. It's gonna go there. So I'm gonna aim it there. That's where I'm hitting.
Woo!
Damn. Water bottle, butt pick. Water bottle, butt pick. What you doing, dude? Just chill, bro. Chill.
And then the walking.
Yeah. Sprints to the baseline. How are you? Take a picture with the ball. Hey. Run to the background. Get my towel. Put my water bottle. Yep. Okay, I'll serve.
Do you think when he's with his wife in that intimate moment?
Oh my God.
He puts the pillow the right place. He's like,
hold on, baby.
Hold on, baby.
Sit this down. Dude.
Let me put this pillow. Damn.
Wow,
That would drive me nuts.
we got pretty bad today.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of the $50 giveaway, okay, throwing this in there. Okay, so $50 cash sent to anyone that can predict the final score and winner of the Carlos delayed grunt Alcaraz and Rafael the butt picking Nadal. If you can predict that score and the winner, then we'll send you $50. If there's multiple winners, like there was last time, we split it up. So, Carla, you can take those notes if they come in, or I can. Doesn't matter. All
right, I'll say my score. I'll say 6-3, 4-6, 6-2.
Okay,
Nadal.
Who? Nadal? Okay, let me put. I'm still bought into my conspiracy theory that Nadal might give this young kid a pass. You know, why not? You know, he's from my country. Looks good for me. I think doesn't even train at his place.
Alcaraz.
Doesn't he? Isn't one of anyway?
Michael Walker.
I'm gonna give Alcaraz the upset here.
6-7, 7-5, 6-4. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We already got those scores coming in. Let's go. I love Michael Walker's score. I'm going somewhere like that. Okay, so that was really close to something I would do
go
there.
ahead, Justin.
Okay, I'm gonna take Alcaraz, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 6-3. No, excuse me, 3-6. 3-6. 3-6. 3-6, 7-5, 6-4.
Okay.
Alcaraz.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take that. We'll see. I sense a Christmas gift coming to the young Alcaraz. Maybe so, maybe not.
6-1, 6-3. Anybody else? All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Joanna Saab just came in.
Yeah, I got it. 6-1.
Elvis Presley, what's up? My blue suede shoes just said Carlos will win. Again, I'm hoping this occurs. Okay. By the way, I had to show you this. It's really interesting. After 22 years of coaching, much less 42 years or 44 of playing, something happened last week that has never happened before. And I have pictures to prove this. So
are your pictures good?
Yeah, I have some good ones. So we are at the club where we teach. Wonderful place, beautiful place. And lo and behold, we hear this rumble in the woods. Whoa, and then smash, and the whole ground shook. We weren't together right then. I was like next to the restroom, and then Carla was over here on the court. So she thought something had happened that may have literally killed me. The whole ground shook, and I thought vice versa. Let me show you what happened. I'm going to get up for this one. So a big oak tree, and I mean a massive oak tree, not a little tree. This thing had to have seen the wars of 1812. It's an old-ass tree. So the tree had dry rotted or something from the inside, came down and took out one entire tennis court as well as the light pole. Right? And destroyed the fence. This all happened. This is really freaking interesting. All right, you ready? Can you see that clearly? Yeah?
Yeah.
Big ass tree. All right? Interesting. Anyway, we've done a couple of shows before where we bring up interesting moments that have happened to us on the courts over the years. And that was definitely the most interesting. All right?
They tie a yellow ribbon by the old oak tree.
I don't know what that means. Tie yellow ribbon. Oh, that has something to do. Yellow ribbons have to do with some type of charitable thing. Is it soldiers or something? Yellow ribbon. Isn't that like symbolic of?
I know it's symbolic for something.
Military or something? Or okay.
Michael Walker can answer.
Where was I going with that? Oh, yes. All right. Next topic. Serve bots. Do you guys know what serve bots are?
We all do.
It's just like an Isner or an Opelka, right? They're serve bots. They serve. If their serve breaks down, they don't have much of a shot, right? Because of serve bots, in my opinion, just my opinion, the French Open has now officially, Roland Garros has officially sold themselves out. The French Open was the last of the four majors that had not given in to mainstream media advertisement economics. Okay, they said, we're not going to put the tiebreaker in the fifth set. We're going to let them play it out like Serve-Bot Isner and Serve-Bot returner on this one day, Nicholas Mahut. If you don't remember that match that went for like 7 weeks, and they grew beards and between being clean shaven and when they finished, right? Took forever. Serve bots themselves, in my opinion, have basically ruined the specialness of majors, Okay. I disagree totally 1,000,000% of having tiebreakers in any of the majors fifth set. Totally. I get it time and I get it that. I get your venue can't sell as many tickets if the people aren't going to be there till 2 in them. Whatever. There's 4 majors a year. Only 4, right? 4, right? And we have to cut them short because people are too worried about their time. Time is important. I understand that. But in this sense, the majors are special because of how spread out they are.
Yeah, you only get, like you said, 4 Grand Slams.
4 Grand Slams a year.
Special. So why wouldn't you want to make them duel to the end?
Yeah, and now you're fighting to the death. Now it's a fast forwarded death. It's ridiculous. It's not our fault as consumers of the game to give a shit about whether or not John Isner has a serve percentage or not. That's not anybody's problem. No need to change the game because of a couple serve bots.
When did it change? It changed before Federer and Djokovic played tiebreaker.
It changed directly after. It changed directly after the Isner-Mahut match.
Yeah, I remember the 2019 Wimbledon. I thought, what a shame. I said they should have played.
Ridiculous.
I said they should have played games, especially something so important. You know, that would have been Federer, another slam for Federer and one less for Djokovic. But anyways, Trouble Mind, like what he said. Sadly, nobody at the tour is challenging Nadal at this point. The GOAT can't play. Nadal is tired, not focused. Zverev is just. Tsitsipas, Shapo, Berrettini, FAA are just boys, not men. Alcaraz, not yet.
Yeah, and Sissimo puts a good comment here. He says that's not even the reason matches get long. If they get to 6-6 in the 5th, it's already too long. That's a great comment because yes, you know, if I'm trained and ready to go and I've done my homework, I've done my math, I've put in the work, I should beat my opponent in 3 sets. So it has gotten too long, but either way, we don't need to speed up that climatic ending.
Yeah.
Just let it unfold naturally. And if we get one oddball where Nicholas Mahut goes 7 million to 699,998, then just deal with it. It's just an outlier. It's outside the standard bell-shaped curve. It's not within the bell. It's out here. And we write those off, right? Look, if I'm in statistics in college and you know, I'm looking at outliers, you know, I might be more worried about it if I'm trying to start a business or whatever, blah, 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 but I'm not using the bell curve as a guide to run my tennis tournaments. So the French Open held on to this, right? If anything, you would have thought Wimbledon would hold on to it. You know, kind of the French Open by year of inception is the oldest. Okay. Wimbledon, though, is kind of the most prestigious, at least in most pockets of tennis consumption. Wimbledon is considered kind of the granddaddy of them all. But they dropped it a while ago. And now here comes the French and they drop it. Not only in life these days, does everybody want to hurry up and wait? How many of you have been driving your car, right? And you're going, you know, speed limit.
We see it every day when we go to Mobile.
Yeah, you're driving the speed limit. You know, the speed limit's 55. You might even be going 58. Car comes up behind you, sneaks up on your tail. It's like, woo, 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 passes you by, zoom.
The worst
takes
thing
off. But then in about 2 minutes, you're right behind them at the next stoplight. And you're like, you just hurry up.
The worst thing is I saw a car exiting, right? So the car was so desperate. There's a truck here. The car's exiting to go out, you know, to their exit. Car goes, I'm like, what was the point of that?
Yeah, hurry up and wait.
Like, what was the point? Are you in a rush to die?
Yeah,
because death is waiting for all of us.
I see death around the corner.
So I mean, what are we rushing for?
But think about that. You know, you're hauling ass. You got kids in the car here, and you're hauling. And then you meet them right at the street at the red light, and you ask yourself, 3 people could have been killed on the way, and a nightmare would happen just because you wanted to hurry up and get there, only to wait. Hurry up and wait. But yes, okay. Back to the serve bot. Can anyone name any really good serve bots historically? Like serve bot. Would you consider Pete Sampras a serve bot?
Yes, he was.
Okay. Yeah. Would you consider Goran Ivanisevic as a serve bot?
Yes.
Who are some other? Would you consider
Michael Steek?
Michael Steek, another one. What about Philippoussis? And by the way, Philippoussis was the first major. And I'm shooting this from the hip. Philippoussis played the Wimbledon final with Roger Federer for Roger Federer's first major championship. Correct?
I don't know. Michael Walker will correct you.
I know Michael Walker will know that. So Michael Walker and everyone else, who are right off the top, who are some really good serve bots? I think Pete Sampras.
Karlovic.
Yeah. Evo. Yep. He's a serve bot.
Mhm.
Let's get another serve bot. Who's some more? Andy Roddick's another serve bot.
Yeah, he was a serve bot for sure.
But how good do these serve bots do? Andy Roddick took one major, the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Evo, no. Isner, no. Opelka, no. Anderson, no. Close. Let me bring
Ivanovic did. Ivanovic. Goran Ivanisevic did.
Even if he took Wimbledon.
And also, Michael Stich had won Wimbledon.
Stich, yep. Do you think Patrick Rafter was a serve bot?
He was a serve and volleyer.
He serve and volley.
Yeah,
had a
I
big
don't think that he had a huge serve, but it was effective.
Yeah, it was effective. Yes.
Yeah. Raonic.
Yeah, Raonic, serve bot.
He's right now. He's the spokesman for Dunkin' Donuts.
What?
Tennis is over.
He really is. Oh, damn. I was like, whoa.
Well, I mean,
serve bot.
Dunkin' Donuts approach.
So
he was the right man for it.
Yeah, let's ask this question: who was the last serve bot? Who's the last serve bot to win the major?
I would have to say Andy Roddick.
Roddick.
Yeah.
I'd put it there as well.
Wayne Chia Martina was a serve bot on the women's side.
Good point.
Yeah.
That's a great knowledge drop.
I don't think Edberg was.
Yeah, Edberg was not. Edberg was definitely not a serve.
Maxime Cressy.
Well, Cressy's a serve and volleyer, and the serve is a part of it, but I wouldn't say he's the most beastly server in the world.
Brenda Schultz, I remember her. Yes, that was like back in Steffi Graf's era.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Look, Edberg definitely is not. Edberg was someone that I followed a lot as a junior, and my dad would make sure I'm watching every.
No, Edberg was like Becker. Their serve was effective to get to the net.
Well, Becker's serve was more powerful than Edberg's
But what I'm
serve.
saying is they didn't use it as aces. They used it to approach the net.
Yeah, it was an approach shot. Yes, the serve was an approach shot. Yes.
Irani? Are you kidding me?
No.
Come on. Is that a joke?
Who?
Sarah Irani?
You know, I can't.
She can't even serve.
But I can't rationalize that because
French Open final. French Open.
But I can't picture her serve.
She's little. She's a cheater.
Can you find an Irani serve?
Yeah.
Just put Sarah Irani serve. I can't say yay or nay because I can't picture.
I mean, I think she would even underhand serve most of the time.
I can't picture. Don't forget, if you want to win $50, do not forget to predict the final score of the Alcaraz and Nadal match and what the scores will be and who will win. And the only thing you need to do is subscribe, and that's free. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't.
When we talk about women's semifinals, Irani, here you go, images. So you're
okay. I don't know how she serves. I'm curious to see though.
Irani, look at her serve. Look at her starting point.
Comes straight back.
Look at her starting point. It's awful.
So she comes back.
It's just awful.
Throws it.
It's just awful.
That's all right. Anyway, good try.
Becker serve Mediasis. Yeah. Can you talk a little about ladies semifinals?
Yes, let's do it.
What match did we watch that we thought was fun? I didn't really watch a lot of the matches, but I did watch one that I actually had fun, which was Leylah Fernandez against Badosa.
Good match.
I thought both girls were hitting really well. I know Badosa won, and then she played Kudermetova and won. But I thought that was a good, high-quality match. Badosa has definitely improved a lot.
Two big matches tonight. And who wanted to talk about this topic?
This is Piotr Stawisky.
Oh, good. Welcome. I haven't seen the name before, but we're doing it. What's up? Let's go. All right. Let me mark this segment out. Here we go. All right. Semifinals tonight. Halep, Simona playing Iga Swiatek.
Should be a great match. Halep has surprised me that she's even gone this far into the semis.
Swiatek has surprised me that most girls that come around and win the French Open are usually one and done. And she not only won it, but she has stayed methodically.
Doesn't she have a new coach too, Gene?
She's plodding along.
I thought she had a new coach. I thought her and her coach split up. So maybe the new coach is helping her find new life, new strokes, new weapons, you know?
Who do you think's a better player right now? Swiatek or Halep? It's close.
Halep is surprising me. I'm shocked that Halep's even this far because she's been injured a lot. She hasn't played a lot. She got married. Usually when the women get married, their tennis kind of fades. They want to become moms. You know, they want to live a normal life. So I'm shocked. I think I'm going to give it to Halep just because of experience, a lot more experience.
Okay, what I was fixing to write, so I didn't interrupt you, was the same thing you just said. A moment ago, we were talking.
I think she's, well, trouble minds at Halep seems to be relaxed.
Yeah, because that's experience. I think the match here is synonymous to the Alcaraz Nadal match, right? You got the younger player, and even I know Alcaraz is much younger than all of them, but Swiatek is matching up against a seasoned veteran, right?
Yeah.
And Swiatek is becoming that though at this point. She's been around for a couple of years.
Well,
she's won a French Open. I don't think she's intimidated, but when it comes to craftiness Halep, I think, holds the edge here.
Well, first, I said Halep has no variety. I agree with you. She's a grinder. All she does is hit and grunts at the same time.
And a good solid grunt.
Which I find very annoying. I find very annoying. And that's one of the reasons why I don't enjoy watching Halep, because I don't like, man, I can whack the ball hard. I've seen people whack the ball hard. I get it when you're tired and you got to grunt, you're trying to win a point, but every single point to me is just very annoying.
Yeah, like first serve in the first set, you're already grunting.
I can't do, and not only that, when she grunts, there's times where she's just hitting a slice or something soft, and then she's still grunting, and it's just annoying. I don't think I've heard Iga grunt.
That's a good question.
I don't think I've heard a grunt, so I think I might go for her, root for her.
Yeah, I can't answer that.
Root for the no grunters. I'm rooting for her.
And
not only that,
I hope she wins.
Here's the reason why I'm going to root for Iga, because Badosa and Sakkari play, right? I think Badosa's going to beat Sakkari, by the way. I think she's just improved that much. She has more variety. The girl has power in her serve.
And she won this tournament.
She can whack the ball.
She won this tournament.
She can whack the ball. She plays very well. Mm-hmm. She hits the ball deep. So I think and Badosa would be a better matchup, a better final than Halep and Badosa. I think Badosa would beat Halep.
Yeah, and Sakkari or Sakkari now, as her name is.
Don't like Sakkari on the tennis court.
Well, I think it's more than that. We don't just like her. We like her, but it's that grunt. It's so hideous. It's really hard to kind of to dissect mentally. You know, you hear this and you're like, what is the need for it? It's like Carlos Alcaraz's delayed grunt. You're like, you've already hit the ball.
Yeah, but not every single. No, she doesn't grunt every single time for 0-9. Like I said, there are times where you grunt like Serena. She's about to kill, but she's like, oh, I get that, but I don't get the every single point. You don't need to grunt for every single point.
Hey, by the way, I'm going to show you guys this. Carl and I just had stencils made for our tennis racket stringing jobs. So this is a look at it. So we got, I don't know if you can see it in the light, but there's like a 5K.
You can see it when you're
just like that's here.
Yeah.
Right.
You can see it when you are like,
it's actually on right the racket.
There it is. Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And I just strung this one earlier. This is a student of ours racket. And I got the 5K racket tag, the new grip and the grip band. So yeah, new bumper guard. It's all set. Anyway, but yeah, we got 5K stencils, and we're able to put those on rackets. Let's go. All right.
I think that Halep beating Serena at that Wimbledon final, I think it was more of Serena never showed up. Serena never showed up, honestly.
Yep.
Every final that Serena showed up when she got back after being a mom, she was not there.
Yeah.
Really.
And Serena,
I don't think she beat a true Serena like Serena played.
Yeah, and look, Serena's run at finals ended when she lost to Vinci in the finals of the U.S. Open. When she was,
she didn't lose to Vinci. She lost in the semifinals.
Who did she lose to?
No, semis. Yes, Vinci.
Well, that tournament. What I'm saying, she lost to Vinci, and then I think Panetta played Vinci in the final.
Yeah, but she won a slam after that. She won pregnant against her sister. That was her last slam, Australian Open.
Oh,
yeah. So that did not affect her. What affected her was coming back from motherhood. I don't think she believed in herself. She wasn't in the type of shape that she should have been.
Yeah.
And every final that she played was crappy, in my opinion. Every final after that was crappy.
Were you the type of fan that enjoyed watching Venus play Serena in finals?
No, never watched it.
What were always your thoughts when you saw that?
They're sisters. How can you compete the same way? You don't want to kill your sister. You have love for her.
So you think Venus just opened the door for Serena to win finally?
No, I think that Serena was the better player always.
Well, do you think that maybe?
But I don't think they play intense. I feel like that sometimes those three setters were.
Do you think that maybe Venus understood that Serena had a chance to get past Margaret Court, and every time that there was a final, maybe she wouldn't? Or do you think it was just, hey, Venus got a little older and she
got a little bit older and her sister was more aggressive and stronger?
So are you telling me, and I'm not bringing
I don't think that the matches were planned for Serena to win. Absolutely not. I think Serena beat her. I think Venus would beat her in the beginning. She was the younger sister, and Serena just started winning more slams, became more confident. Was the better player.
So can we role play something? You don't have to answer anything. Mm-hmm. So do you think there was ever a time in the locker room or on the phone, or maybe not because people can listen to phone calls, maybe just in secret or at home? Mm-hmm. Do you think there was ever a time when they were about to play a final where Venus, when she was way behind Serena, do you think there was ever a time where Venus said something, I love you, sister. You're going to win this match
No,
today.
Because I don't think
we'll make it look good.
I don't think she would have won anyway.
Okay, good point.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it was ever planned. Serena is way better than Venus. Her sister beat her when she was younger, when Serena was younger. But once she started getting those titles, you could see it in their game. The ball was faster. It was different. Serena was scary when you watch her on the courts compared to Venus, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think so. But I just never enjoyed watching them because I feel even when I play my brother, let's say I play against my brother and I play against you, right? Before we got married. I don't want to kill my brother, but I wanted to kick your ass on the tennis court.
Yeah.
You think that both sisters are going out there saying, I want to crush? No. They love each other, but they want to put a good fight against each other.
Yeah,
So
I mean that's a good analogy. And then
Yeah.
also too, when I first met Carla, we had no real association outside of where we were both coaching and we were both looking to kind of reciprocate. Hey, show me this and I'll show you that. And so when we first met, it was very competitive. I wanted to kill her and she wanted to kill me, and that was okay. We had a lot of great battles. But then after 5 kids and all this stuff, I don't want to kill her anymore. I don't want her to get hurt and da 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 da. So yes, I do get it.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is though, with you saying that, how are you saying that it was never the case for Venus? You're saying you do it, but why wouldn't she do it?
What do you mean?
You're saying when you first met me, you wanted to kill me. And,
Yeah, but
now when you play, you don't really care so much.
But we're husband and wife. You're not my sister. You're not my brother. It's different.
It's a pretty good bond though.
It's not this. They were raised together from little babies. They saw each other grow in the game. You telling me that they wanted to in the beginning, it was a little bit different, but as they got older, that's your sibling. You're not trying to beat them down like you are a Maria Sharapova. It's a different type of, yes, you want to beat them.
I agree.
But what I'm saying is you're not trying to.
So did that,
I don't know. I don't think it was planned.
Did that make the mini finals that they played not as exciting to watch?
I think the first final where they faced each other, it was exciting because no one had ever seen that in a final. So I think the first one was a big deal. I think the ratings went up. I don't know if it was at the US Open final. I'm not sure. But I know the ratings were really high and people were excited because they'd never seen this. And I remember Richard Williams said, I told you so. He came out in a post.
Yeah.
I told you so. He put the Williams show. I remember that.
Yeah. All right. So two things really quickly. Joanna saw, I love you a lot. She was asking about the other match, Madosa Sakkari, or Sakkari. And now Jose P has a good comment. Siblings always have a competitive rivalry. With that said,
They do.
What are some other sibling rivalries in pro sports?
Manning.
Did the Ukrainian?
No. How about the football players?
Eli and Peyton. Think about this? What about the Klitschko brothers? Both Ukrainians that are boxers. One, the mayor of Kiev right now.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I like Blakely's comment. I'm an older sibling too, Blakely. My brother's 4 years younger than me. She says, as an older sibling, I would want the best for my sibling, but as a competitor, it would be hard to just give it up.
That's a good comment.
Yeah, I don't think I think they played each other, but what I'm saying now with the same intense, as when you watch Serena play Sharapova, you knew she hated her ass.
Yeah,
she wanted to beat her.
Yes,
you knew that she didn't hate her sister. They played each other with respect. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
That is the difference. It's like when Jonathan and Christopher played against each other. Of course, they wanted to kick each other's ass, but there was respect there. You know what I mean? Maybe not with these two.
Yeah. No. What
not with those two. That might have been a bad example.
What I think you're searching for here is that the emotions aren't the same when you're playing your blood.
Yeah. You don't want to say this sucks.
Yeah, you
suck. What the hell?
Get the hell out of here. Break a racket.
You're not gonna break your racket.
Yeah.
That's my point.
So So are you gonna break your racket even if you lose to your sister? Doubtfully.
And if you do, then
if you do, you're a really oddball.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't get the same emotions when there's two close siblings or family members that you're playing with. Ultimately, you care if something happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I think over the span of many, many years, I think that their rivalry head to head was not very exciting to watch because of the aforementioned.
Yeah, it's like that last Australian Open. She was pregnant. Believe me, Venus knew that. Obviously, she said she knew that. Believe me, when she played her sister, she knew, oh man, she's pregnant and I'm playing her in the final.
Carla, let me bring up a tennis player real quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And you tell me if you remember this tennis player. I know you will because we've watched him play 1,000 times. Do you remember Tomas Berdych?
Yes, hot.
Made a Wimbledon final.
And he's still hot. Go look at his Instagram.
And Tomas Berdych is very, very similar in look to your boy Iron Man. That is Fusovic.
Woo.
Okay, very similar.
Sorry, babe.
Okay, that's okay. The only reason why we were talking about Serena and I brought up Berdych. How do you even do that? It's because I have a couple notes here, and we were talking about serve bots. Mm-hmm. I always considered Tomas Berdych the best player to have never won a major. Mm-hmm. Okay, do you agree or disagree with that?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, is Tomas Berdych a serve bot? And I can just scratch it off because I forgot to mention that during that segment. Let's go, Berdych. Okay. To Joanna Sa, I think that wanted to go to the Badosa match. Is that her? Yes, Badosa Sakkari. This one's for Joanna. Let's go. First of all, let's go ahead and predict the score, or not predict the score, but who do you think will win?
I say Badosa in
Sakkari?
2 sets. She has the better game. She's technique-wise, her game is much better. She's won one of these, so she has a little more experience. Sakkari, I think, would just always hang in the top 20. Just be, one of those that we always talk about.
What is
the dark horses, I guess.
What is one of Sakkari? What is one of her fatal flaws that she's gotten better at doing, but she still does it quite a lot?
The forehand.
She hits off the back foot off her forehand a lot.
If you watch coaches, they all tell you when you're playing, you got to go forward. And I don't know why she does that.
Even on some short balls. Has anyone ever heard of Ivan Pavlov's dogs, the classical conditioning psychologist that we all learn about in just 101 psychology? If you haven't, I'll make the long story short. There was a psychologist, and he was able to associate dog food and dogs being fed with the sound of a bell. So he would put out a bowl of food, and the dogs would come eat it, and he'd ring a bell. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, whatever. And he kept doing that, and kept doing that, kept doing that. And then eventually, all he had to do was ring the bell, and the dog was becoming running for food. So they were trained to respond to a certain stimulus, right? When we get short balls in tennis, and I tell all of our students this, if a ball comes into the court and it's a short ball, we must attack. We have to attack. Yes. Now, in order to attack consistently, we need to stay down through our shot, not jump, not lift, not fall away from the ball, but go end, footwork ready, get set, whether we're moving forward or whether we're retreating or whether we're in the baseline area already. Head forward, split step, be ready, like a boxer, like Muhammad Ali, right? Foot like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Be ready to move, okay? Sakkari habitually gets to that short ball or whatever ball, and she waits a little too long to hit the ball. It gets a little high on her, and then she hits the ball, and she falls off the back foot with this Nadal-esque type follow-through some of the time. Look, even Nadal's Uncle Tony, his uncle, will tell you these words, and you've heard it for 20 years, or maybe not that long, however, 18, however long Nadal's been playing. Quote, I never recommend junior students watching my nephew play because he just makes it work. Right? You've heard this before. Yeah,
it's not the it's not the right way to hit.
It's not the right way to hit. He does it. He's pulled it off. Now, it may have something to do with the fact that Rafael Nadal is right-handed but plays left. So it just makes it what's the word for it? Just not normal. I was looking for a different word, but anyway. But Sakkari habitually does this. Okay, she habitually falls away and hits the forehand like this. Okay. So they'll have a racket here. So she's going to hit the ball, and instead of following through across, she tends to hit the ball and finishes up here.
Unorthodox, you said, was that the word you're looking for?
Yes, thank you. Good word. Who said that? Thank you, Wayne Chia. You know me. I love you, man. I really do. But when Sakkari hits this forehand, she hits in an intense situation where she needs to hit the winner. She's in the short court. She's got a nice angle set up for her, and then she sets up for the shot, and she pulls this. Okay, she's following through here. We don't want to do that. I mean, you can if you're Nadal, and you can listen to his own uncle saying, I don't advise that, and hit through the ball. Okay, with elbow at target and not racket butt at target. So Sakkari tends to do this. And look, I'm not saying you can't do it. I mean, different strokes for different folks. We always tell students, I'm not going to change your grip unless it just flat out doesn't work. Right?
That's right, Blakely, right? So we're switching that backhand grip, right?
Yeah, but Sakkari does this habitually, and she's gotten better at doing so, but she does it habitually.
Again, she'll never be out.
Also,
she'll never be a Grand Slam champion, just like Sibling.
There's one last thing we have to add to this dilemma. Sakkari's bun. She wears a hamburger on her head all the time. How in the damn hell can you play a tennis match all the time with a damn hamburger on your head? I would have a headache. She's got a hamburger up there. Her brains are being pulled out. She's got a big bun up here. Maybe that's why she hit the. It's pulling my hair, so I finished back here. What the hell? She's got a damn Big Mac on her damn head. Get rid of the Big Mac. Put a visor on. Let your hair go. Put it in a ponytail. Braid it like Kerber. Do the French braid. Do something, but get rid of the damn Big Mac on your head. Damn.
Big Mac.
It's the Bam Big Mac. That's her nickname. Sakkari, the Big Mac. Maria Big Mac
I would
Sakkari.
have a headache. I even get a headache from like when I have my visor and then the glasses. I start getting. I'm like, ooh. I'm like, all right.
Okay, next question. This is a poll question. Let's put the poll question here. Are you ready for this poll question? Ready? Drum roll.
Go ahead.
Who is a prettier girl? Badosa or
who is a
prettier girl? Badosa or Ivanovic?
All right, so we'll put it here instead.
Ana Ivanovic or Paula Badosa? Who's a prettier girl?
We'll put here Badosa.
And I'm going to show pictures in case they don't know.
Ivanovic. Oh, the guys definitely know.
Oh, but some people may not.
Ivanovic, and I'll put here.
Ivanovic. Let's go, girl. Love this girl. Come on, let me get a
all
little.
Right, here we go.
Yeah. Oh, there she is. She's so.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Tell you what, there's Ana Ivanovic.
Yeah, but let's look at her now. Hold on.
Ooh, I don't care. That's when she was playing.
No, that's when she was playing.
Man.
Let's look at her now.
I
I told you her husband has sucked the life out of her.
She sucked the life. Now she's a succubus?
No, he has.
Oh, he's the succubus.
He has sucked the life out of her.
All right. And who's the other one?
Badosa.
Oh, Paula Badosa.
So,
there we go. Paula Badosa.
Every time I see her pictures, I said, damn. Okay, here. Let me tell you. Here's your pretty girl, right?
Who?
Please tell me that she looks like her life's been sucked out of her.
Oh man, she's really thin.
Come on, man. Like what happened to her?
But that was then. This is now.
No, come on. She just looks like any 40-year-old normal.
Okay, now here's Badosa. All right.
Here. Look.
And here's mouth open.
Look.
She's got her mouth open.
Here's another one. Like what happened to her?
Okay, who's hotter?
Man, I can't even see that.
Anyway. But look,
but she was. It's like her husband sucked the life out of her.
She's still a beautiful girl.
She is, but damn, Matt, look.
Okay,
yeah.
That's all right. She, put some age, but that's okay. I'm saying in their prime. Then
neither.
let me clarify the question. Let me just clarify the question. During their primes, which Badosa is in now, and Ivanovic.
We got 50%. Ivanovic.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Oh, she put Kornikova in there.
I thought Kornikova was to me was better looking. But okay.
Ivanovic.
No, Ivanovic and Kornikova to me are close.
No, Ivanovic and Badosa are way nicer than Kornikova. Kornikova is just your poster child. This is the blondie with the tennis body, so they throw on her calendar. Ana Ivanovic and Badosa are genuine. Like, damn, Miss Parker. She's just got the blonde hair that makes her Miss Parker.
Carla, you're definitely right now. I think either she is having a midlife crisis or some sort of illness.
Who?
Yeah, she looks very, to me.
Oh, Ivanovic?
Yeah, it's just, I was looking at her. I was like, damn. I was like, she's beautiful. So
yeah, that's for sure.
Badosa's parents are models. Yes, I've seen her mom.
Really?
Yes, yeah. Ivanovic is married to a world champ. He's sucking the life out of her.
But isn't Badosa is flying a flag different than where she is actually
she was born
from, right?
She was born in, isn't she born in New York, Michael Walker? And then
Badosa
moved to Spain?
But where's her ancestry? I think Badosa.
What do you think? By looking
European, right?
No shit.
So she's European and with a last name of Badosa and was born in, I didn't know this. Come here, Sub-Zero. Say hello. Oh man.
Let's look. Badosa. She has a Spaniard flag. She was born in New York, Manhattan, New York. Okay. Why don't you like blonde girls? He doesn't. That's
it's not that way at all. It's just that it I don't know where you are, but
that's Gene Schwartz.
There's an adage that, have you ever heard of these things called blonde girl jokes? And I hate to say that, but a lot. Let's put it this way. Have you guys seen Taylor Fritz's? That's all right, I'll get it. Have you guys seen Taylor Fritz's girlfriend? And this isn't a disrespect to her at all. But Taylor Fritz's girlfriend is your typical poster girl that just gets looks because of how they look. And
look at him. He gets looks too.
And I don't know how to say this politically correct without people hating me, because some people have blonde hair. I do. Mm-hmm. But there's something where, at least here in the US, and you guys can hate me, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to say it this way, but it seems like super blonde girls, bleach blonde girls, they always tend to play this role. And if you meet them outside of an open role, they're very good. But when they're in public, it just seems like they get ditzy because they have blonde hair. And that's, anyway, I'm going to say the wrong thing.
I think you're saying the wrong thing.
I'm going to say the wrong thing. I'm sorry. But it's just there's an old saying, dumb blonde. And we've heard this.
No, I disagree with you.
You're telling me you never heard that saying. And I hate to say it.
Yeah, I've heard it, but I disagree with that because anybody could be dumb.
Well, I understand
Yeah, his
that.
hair is dirty blonde. When he was little, it was super blonde. It was like white blonde.
Yeah, let me set him down.
I mean, your sister had blonde hair. She wasn't dumb. So
Yeah.
I disagree with that.
I just, okay, put it this way. I've always liked darker girls with darker skin and darker hair.
Well, then just say
And
that's,
darker eyes.
that's what you prefer.
I'll put it that way.
And see, I like the opposite. I like
Yeah.
guys with light hair and light eyes.
Yeah.
That's my thing. It has nothing to do that. I don't like it. I just don't, I'm not attracted to what I look like. I'm attracted to my opposite.
Yeah, look.
So that's just what you should
Yeah,
say.
and maybe this comes out wrong, but my entire life, again, I was born in California and moved here when I was young. But I've always been, I've always had more, I guess, girlfriends and friends with darker complexion and darker hair, and I don't know why it's that way, but it's been that way since I was very young. In terms of favoritism, I like the dark hair and the dark eyes and the dark complexion. It's just a weakness for me.
Mhm.
So anyway, it's just me. I'm an idiot. I get it, but it's a weakness for me.
Everybody has their preference.
Everybody
just
has
like
their
Michael
preference.
Walker said, beauty is on the eye of the beholder.
There you go.
First one that says Fritz got a tennis junior pregnant, then marry her, then divorce her for Instagirl.
Yeah, so I want to show everybody.
I don't like Rico Suave.
I want to show everybody something, and I want you to tell me if you think this is good for the game or bad for the game. Can I ask this question first? If I show someone's video, like if I show a TikTok video here, will it pull the video? Am I okay to do that? I mean, they put it out there to be seen.
Yes, go ahead.
Can I show it?
Go ahead.
Okay. Taylor Fritz's girlfriend, which we just brought up something about him, released this Instagram video or TikTok video, I think. I don't even know what the shit is. It sounds like a tic-tac-toe game. But anyway, I definitely don't have it. And she released a video that talks about the tennis tour. I was telling Carla I appreciate her doing this because this one video had a lot of views on it, and tennis in the United States, most people don't even know about it anymore. Okay.
She's got tons of makeup.
So I'm going to play this video, and then it lasts about 1 minute. Okay. And this is Taylor Fritz's girlfriend.
I'm Morgan. I traveled on the ATP tour with my boyfriend, who is the #1 American tennis player. Right now, the crew from Netflix who made F1 Drive to Survive is on tour with us, filming the tennis version. It comes out next year, but I know tennis is relatively uncool and unknown in America, so here's what you should know before the show comes out. Unlike most sports, tennis is a year-round sport except for 4 weeks off in December. Players compete in tournaments in 31 countries in cities like Dubai, Paris, Shanghai, London, Rome, Cabo, and more. The big tournaments of the year are the 4 Grand Slams, the Aussie Summer Swing ending with the Australian Open in Melbourne, Roland Garros in my favorite city, Paris, the very bougie and historical Wimbledon, and US Open in New York City. So what are they playing for besides glory and hundreds of millions?
Oh, okay. Well, who cares? All right.
Each tournament gets
I agree.
So,
I agree, Michael Walker.
It doesn't matter. We don't have.
I agree, Michael Walker. Taylor Fritz is young. Let him live his life. He's the idiot if he did that. One thing about young guys, they're stupid. They make mistakes. They leave their families, and when they get older, they realize what idiots they were, right?
Yeah.
Let him enjoy his life. He will, hopefully if he's a good dad, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Personally, if my son came with that type of girl, I would not be very happy because in reality, when times get tough, my question to my son:
Where's she going?
Is that girl going to stay?
Is she going to stay with you when you're broke?
So that's my thing.
That's the question.
Beauty is great. Yeah, it's it's a guy. Yeah, she's hot. Blah 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 blah. He's having fun, but at the end of the day, is she a soldier?
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly. Is she in your huddle? Is she in the trenches with you? I'm not saying she may be the best thing since sliced bread. I don't know. But again, the context, the moral of the story is here. When you have this brushed Barbie doll,
brush Barbie dolls.
It's a brush Barbie doll.
It takes a lot of money to get your hair bleached that way.
Yeah.
For your lips to get puckered up and all that.
So let's watch this topic on this question. So what do you do? What do you need? I don't have your arm thing. Don't know.
Oh, it's
in the
my
car.
bag. In
Oh
my
yeah.
bag
Okay.
in the car, yeah.
So anyway, there has been a lot of difficult times in our life, right?
Mhm.
Carla, we have 5 children, and we've been through some really dire straits, right?
Mhm.
And I'm not going to bring those intricacies up, but we have 5 children, and when our 5th child was born, there was a point in time where we literally had a couple cents to our name, period, right? And I hate to bring that up, but whoever's
It
here,
has nothing to do with
it's
that.
that's in the past, but literally a couple cents. I think the exact number was 18 cents, and we had our 5th child just born. The question is would a girl like that stick around for Taylor Fritz if the same thing happened to them?
No way.
Now we're assuming, and now we're stereotyping, and
No,
now
we're not
and now
assuming.
we're labeling.
No, we're not assuming, because that's the reality in life. That's not just for Taylor Fritz. Average people,
Mm-hmm.
when times get tough, they quit. And so,
Yeah.
I mean, that's great. He should have fun and stuff like that. I don't know why he left his wife. Maybe we have the wrong information. Maybe they just didn't get along. Maybe they were too young and they had a child too young. That could be the problem, I don't know.
Next quick nugget.
Nothing's wrong with Taylor. someone mentioned that he left his wife,
and
got
kid.
a girl pregnant,
He had a kid.
blah,
He had
blah,
a child.
blah, and a child, blah, blah. I don't know the story. I don't know. So nothing's wrong with his girlfriend. He's having fun. But let's not forget, even Andre Agassi.
Well,
do you remember?
can hold that thought? Jose P just says, "I'm out of the loop. What's wrong with Taylor's girlfriend?" There's nothing. There's nothing wrong. She made a video and she was all propping herself up and da. She did the video very well. She did it. She did a good job.
She actually spoke well.
What we're getting at here is, will someone like that be around for Taylor if he's broke with an ex-wife and a kid running around when they have no money? I think that's what the moral of the story
It doesn't matter.
But either way, it's an assumption, an opinionated response.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay, a couple more things. Number one, we've talked about the Ukraine-Russian conflict for a while, and again, there's always two sides to every story. So I'm not going to go pro this way or pro that way, because we always know there's pros in both places. There's people that really believe in Russia that this is a great thing, and there's people in Ukraine that really whatever. But how this interrelates with tennis is this: Wimbledon and many other tournaments, as well as the ATP and WTA combined, they have indicated that players, depending on or the geographical location of that tournament, must denounce their heritage, must denounce their culture, must denounce Vladimir Putin, and must denounce Russia in order to play in it. We've talked about this. We've talked about a couple different tournaments already. We have another one, the Davis Cup. The Davis Cup is my last name. I'm a Davis. The Davis Cup in California, we go to matches often. I've been to many Davis Cup matches back in the John McEnroe days. Okay, been to many. If my dad's out there, I'll vouch for you. Southern California, Middle California, Northern California. We went to Davis Cup matches. Tennis is an international language that is supposed to bring people together. Yes, you have dipshits like Kyrgios that come throw rackets and they bounce over and hit ball boys and make water bottle jerk off sounds. Oh, whoa. She's got this new Apple phone that's ridiculous. Okay, anyway, so that Siri just threw my mind off.
Yes, we're talking about the countries. They're saying that you have to go against Putin.
Stupid.
I don't know how
Apple, man. They make everything different and special. It's so stupid. Okay. Apple sucks. Okay, anyway. It's just too. Did
they pay you for that advertisement? Did the other company pay you?
Whatever, man. I've had this phone for like 4 years now. I'm good. Okay. Anyway, forgot again.
We're talking about what's Medvedev and all the players that are Russian.
Tennis is supposed to be an international language. It's supposed to be something to bring like-minded people together. Carla, you and I have traveled many places, and when people see us, we might just be walking through somewhere. They'll be like, "You guys are tennis players." Well, how did you know? I didn't tell you that. How do you? Well, I can tell by the way you look, the way you walk, the shoes you're wearing, the shirt you have on. We can tell you're a tennis player. Okay. Forgot again. What am I talking about?
You're talking about it's not right that they're telling players at Wimbledon.
So what I'm saying is let's look at Daniil Medvedev for a minute. How is it that you can make a young man denounce his?
You can't.
How can you do that and then get away with it? So now the Davis Cup is saying that you can't play it, and I mean the Russian team as a whole. And I think they've already pulled them out of it.
I think it's wrong.
So
they have nothing to do with that. It's not their
it's
fault.
It's ridiculous. They have nothing to do with that.
That's not their fault. There's so much crap. Justin keeps losing his thoughts. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's not your fault. It's not your fault that you're from that country. You're not the one doing that thing. It's like I told Justin when 9/11 happened. Everybody was hating on Muslims. I thought that was crazy. So what?
So
it's like when you see a Caucasian cop kill an African American boy or something, and then now everybody's hating on the Caucasian. No, we should not judge people that way. You shouldn't. You know, everybody's their own individual.
She mentioned that, and I thought of an old NWA song. NWA was a really good group. Do you remember that song, Blank the Police?
And I didn't like that.
You know, why got showing up?
Yeah. But again, we can't do
it's
that.
one of those things.
Yeah, it's not their fault. And not only that, they can get in trouble themselves, you know?
Yep.
I mean, you're putting their lives in danger.
So think about this Davis Cup. Even though the way the Davis Cup was made up for 100 years was in a much different format than that is now. That was just redesigned a couple of years ago, right? So for now, do you understand that in some places, if you denounce the ruler or dictator or president or however you perceive that person, do you understand that you have a good risk of not only losing your freedom, but your family's freedom for generations to come?
Trouble mindset in situations like that creates hatred for Muslims in the West. Now it's the Russians' turn to go to that route.
Yeah.
Hypocrisy at its finest situation at Chelsea. The same thing.
Yes, and this is a great comment, Trouble Mind. I think the Chelsea owner was Russian. And look, I'm a big sports fan. I know we're tennis and what we do, but I'm on every sport. But isn't the owner of the Chelsea soccer team or European football team, isn't the owner of him Russian? Something happened there, and I would like to know more about that. But there was some deal with billions of dollars based upon ownership that kind of factored into all this.
I don't know. I think it's terrible that, you know, I was watching in the news that people in New York, you know, there's a lot of Russians in New York. A lot. I had a lot of friends, you know, and people are not going to their restaurants because they're Russian. I thought, wow,
it's crazy.
That's crazy.
Okay. At the very end of the show, let's talk about men's quarterfinals. Let's hit this up. Rublev plays Dimitrov. Who do you want to win? Who do you think will win, and why? Dimitrov.
I mean, Rublev should win because he's number 7 in the world. He's had quite a few wins. Dimitrov is a veteran. Really never got his game going. He's at the end of his game. Youth should prevail in this, and seeding, and I don't know, a better record. As far as Kekmanovic, Taylor Fritz, that's a toss-up. Anybody could win that.
Yeah, and good job for the Serbians.
Whoever wants to fight more, whoever has the stamina to keep going, that's a toss-up. I mean, Kekmanovic, we talked about him. A long time ago. He should have been already at the top, but it hasn't happened. Fritz is top 20. Well, I mean, I like Fritz, so I'm going to root for Fritz. But if either one wins, I don't care.
Look, I'm selling myself out, and where we're from or where I'm from is I still don't think Fritz is a great player. I don't
think he's a great player.
I don't think he's a great player.
I don't think Kekmanovic either is a great player, and that's why I said one could win.
I think Kekmanovic has more fight, though. I think Kekmanovic.
I think Taylor Fritz has proven that he has fight. He's played Djokovic a lot of times where he could disappear and get bagel, and he's fought really hard. I disagree with you in that.
Okay, well, Fritz.
He's not Jack Soft.
Fritz doesn't have to.
Taylor Fritz has more fight than a lot of these American players.
Look, Taylor Fritz doesn't have to worry about anything. He's from the USA. He's got money. He comes from a rich family, and he's
how is that his fault?
And he has a Barbie doll girlfilfriend in his hotel room. It's not, but that takes away fight.
And how do you know Kekmanovic doesn't have a Barbie doll?
Because he's from Serbia. He's grinding. It's in his DNA. Fritz is just pretty boy. I'll take Kekmanovic there.
So you're judging?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because I'm from here and I can do so, because I've met boys like this. So he's just a boy. He left his kid.
But we don't know the story. Someone said
doesn't matter. If he was great, he'd already be better. He's on his way out the door. And yes,
I think he has fight. Yeah, he had knee surgery and he came back. Yep.
Okay. Does anyone want to take a $20 bet? Does anyone out there want to take a $20 bet?
More money.
Straight up. And I probably lose this. I'm volunteering to lose $20. Okay. Give me a one in the. Where are you going?
So come on.
Okay. I'll take a $20 bet to the first person that says they won it, and I take Kekmanovic to win the match. And it's Fritz's home field advantage. He's in the U.S. Fritz should win the match.
That's a 50-50.
Okay.
You got a 50-50 shot of winning that.
Rublev right now is the better player than Dimitrov, or Dimitrov, as now people always shape shift people's last names. Sakkari. Who's more? Muguruza, whatever. Just say it like it looks. Okay, so Dimitrov, Rublev, I think wins, but I wish Dimitrov would.
Yeah.
Right?
Win him chances to make a play, his junk tennis, and perhaps disrupt Rublev.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a really good time.
So, Michael Walker, you're taking the bet? I'll take Fritz.
Okay, Michael Walker's in. Let's go. Locked in. We've done this before. I think Michael Walker won our last bet. I think. Didn't I have to send him something recently?
No, I got paid.
You won the bet.
Paid, yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to reciprocate. I'm probably going to lose.
We still have that deal with them. Don't forget, Michael Walker, about your Raducanu, that she will not win another slam. Remember that. I think you said 5 years.
He bet you that she was going to win another slam?
Yeah.
So, he might as well pay that up
So we're now U.S. Open. When we get to U.S. Open, it'll be 1 year. So, yeah, let's not forget that bet. That was big money there.
Yeah. And by the way, the poll question ended where Ana Ivanovic is by far the better looking of Paula Badosa and Anna Kournikova. All right. Peace out. Let's go.
Bye.
See you soon.
Adios.
Don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to win $50, correctly predict the score of the Carlos Alcaraz and Rafael Nadal match and who wins. All right. Peace out.